You know, I always get asked a lot of questions about how to start investing in real estate, or how do I start investing in dividend stocks. Maybe I should write my own book. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Bruce Wang. In today's video, I'm gonna go over all of the great resources that I used over the years to learn exactly everything I've learned about investing, real estate, personal finance, everything. I've read many books, I've done a lot of research online, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think are the best resources that I've found. All right, so first I'm gonna give you all the free resources that I've used over the years, and then after that, I'm gonna recommend you the books that I've read and I found the most useful. So I'll just break it down into those two parts for this video. So let's jump right into the fire here. The greatest resource out there in the world right now, I think, is reddit.com. Everything here is most likely free. So first off, before you start anything, you have to get your money right. You have to get your finances right. Reddit is a social media based community type of platform. So the first subreddit that I want to recommend is personal finance. Personal finance. I'm gonna leave all the links in the description down below so you guys can just go there, join the community, introduce yourself, and just read the frequently asked questions. So we're gonna go into the personal finance subreddit. Look at how crazy the community here is. There are 13.6 million members, and currently online is 9,600. What I recommend you guys to do right after you join is go into the community tab here. And if you look here on the community tab, you can see that you're just exploring it through. Prime directive, how to handle money, personal finance wiki, many questions answered here. And then it gives you a age range. So depending on what age you are, you want to click on that. A lot of my viewers are around like 18 to 35. So let's go into 18 to 25. With personal finance, I agree with about 80 to 90% of everything they say. I've done many of the stuff that they said as well. I would say a majority of you are here just to try to make a quick buck, but I want you guys to know that before you start investing in stocks or real estate, you have to make sure that you get your finances right. And investing is probably one of the last things you want to do, because you're not gonna get rich through investing unless you have everything else all set up. And when it comes to like the personal finance subreddit, it really goes in depth. Like everybody asks all these crazy questions, and whatever questions you have, I'm gonna guarantee you 99% of the time, this subreddit will be able to answer your question. Make sure you read the frequently asked questions before you start asking some crazy questions into here, because most likely they already have covered whatever your question is. If you wanna dig deeper, you can go into any of these filter by flair, auto, investing, budgeting, planning, credit, retirement, debt. I can guarantee you I probably went over like 80% of everything in here. I've been on here for like years and years already. So in the beginning of learning about your personal finance, there's somewhat of a big learning curve, I would say. And once you know the basics, everything else should come a lot easier to you. So just jump on personal finance, learn the basics, and then after that, start investing in stocks, start investing in real estate. The second subreddit I want to let you guys know is called Financial Independence. And this group has about 500,000 members. These guys are a bit more, I would say this group is a lot more hardcore when it comes to money management, because everybody here, they want to become financially free and they want to retire early. These guys have a clear defined goal, and that is to retire within like 10 years. Some people want to retire within 5 years. And a lot of these guys, there's a lot of success stories in here that you guys can read. It's very motivational, especially if you're in a rut or you're kind of depressed. Like, these guys have done it. The people in these subreddits, a lot of them are a lot older than us, 10 years, 20 years. Like, a lot of them are retired as well. So you have access to these guys. These guys are willing to give you help. These guys are willing to answer a lot of your questions. So imagine if you can talk to yourself 10 years down the line and you can get advice and get tips from them. Like, this is what this community is, and this is why I'm so excited to share this with you. Like, personal finance is great, but if you really want to be hardcore and kind of like ramp everything up a lot faster, retire a lot earlier, this is the place you want to be. You don't have to do everything that they say, because some of the stuff is kind of crazy how frugal they are, but just know that everything is possible, because A lot of these guys have done it, and if these guys can do it, why not you? This one subreddit is a bit out there, but I want you guys to know that when it comes to wealth, health is right there, right around the corner. It's like almost attached at the hip. So if you want to be rich in the future and you want to be able to spend that money on your happiness or whatnot, you have to make sure that your body is right so you can keep up with like all the crazy stuff that you want to do when you do retire. So I recommend you guys also join this fitness subreddit. 7.2 million members, 3,000 members online as we speak. Just go through the frequently asked questions again. And whatever questions you have, most likely the answers are here when it comes to your fitness. So your first step is to spend less money. Second step, save more money. And then third step is to invest. And then also make sure that you invest in your health as well. When it comes to Reddit, everything there is free. All the information there is free. So that's why I'm recommending this first before you go out there and buy books. But books are also a great resource when it comes to wanting to open up your mind, wanting to learn how to invest in real estate and a lot of other stuff as well. But before I go there, I also want to give a shout out to one more website. So the next website, I learned a lot of stuff from biggerpockets.com. Biggerpockets.com is another kind of like a social media platform, but all these guys here, they're all real estate investors and people that want to just start investing in real estate. So again, this is also free. So go here if you want to learn anything in regards to real estate investing. So for part 2 of this video, this is going to go more into books that you can buy on Amazon. And I don't really promote this that often, but if you go into my Amazon storefront, links are also in the description. I have some recommended books here. These are my top 5 favorite books, and I learned a lot from these types of books. The number 1 book that I recommend you read first is Rich Dad Poor Dad. What I normally do when I read books is actually listen to the audio books, and I'm listening to these audiobooks when I'm driving in the car, when I'm working out, or just when I'm just doing stuff around the house. This is a great way to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and that's what I recommend you guys do if you are going to do the audiobooks. Again, Rich Dad Poor Dad, this is the first book that I recommend you guys to read. This book is the one that opened up my mind the most. It goes a lot into your mindset, and it also teaches you a lot about personal finance as well. The number 1 key takeaway from Rich Dad Poor Dad is invest in assets and not in liabilities. What is an asset, you might say? An asset is a rental property is an asset, something that's going to pay you back over time. Dividend stocks are an asset, again, also will be paying you in time. So you guys kind of see the themes that I have for my channel, like real estate and dividend investing. That's what I like, and that's what I try to learn about more and more every single day. What is a liability? A liability is like an expensive car. Cars depreciate over time, and clothes are also a liability as well. Clothes will depreciate over time. So I want to reiterate the number 1 concept of this book is assets put money in your pocket, liabilities take money out of your pockets. And this book goes into a lot of details on what wealthy people do with their money versus what poor people do with their money, hence the name Rich Dad Poor Dad. No matter what age you're at, no matter where you are in your life, this book, after reading it, it will open up your mind. Rich Dad Poor Dad is my number 1 book I recommend you guys to read. I can't recommend it enough. This second book is from Scott Trench from the Bigger Pockets community. Scott Trench is actually the CEO of Bigger Pockets at the moment, so I thought that was crazy. I just learned about that just a few weeks ago. But this book is called Set for Life, Dominate Life, Money, and the American Dream. This book literally tells you step by step what you have to do to accomplish what you want to do in life. And that's what I like about this book. It's very clear, very, very concise. Every problem has a solution, and he goes through a lot of them, and he also gives a lot of great life advice as well. And moving on to like the next 3 books that I would recommend in order is the third one would be The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. The Millionaire Real Estate Investor is more cut and dry. So if you're kind of into that type of stuff, it's not as entertaining as the first 2, but again, a lot of useful information that you won't be able to find in the first 2 books that I recommended. And the 4th book, The Millionaire Next Door. Basically, this author interviewed hundreds of millionaires, asked them all the same questions, compiled all the data, all the statistics, and just laid it out in this book for you. One fact that I remember from the book is that the majority of millionaires in America are self-employed, they have their own business. That's the one that stood out to me, and that's why I'm self-employed as well, and I'm also doing real estate investing on the side. The last book is Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. This book is more entertaining and more of a mindset type of book. So yeah, I also recommend that if you guys are interested in that. A lot of you guys are asking me questions that I can't answer that well. And I feel like if you did a little bit extra research, going to these websites, Reddit, Personal Finance, and even reading some of these books, you'll learn exactly everything that I know. Pretty much, I'm giving you all the tools that I have right now, and you guys can use this tool to become as successful as you want, depending on how hard you work. So if you are still interested in real estate videos and investing in stocks, specifically dividend stocks, go check out these videos here. I go into greater detail on what I invest in and how I invest in real estate as well. So go check out these videos. They're right here. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.